Hey everyone, Linus here. Remember the RTX 30 series launch? Empty shelves, sky-high prices, and the feeling you were always a step behind? Yeah, well, buckle up because it's happening again with the RTX 50 series. NVIDIA's latest and greatest GPUs are here, boasting incredible performance, but actually getting your hands on one? That's a whole different story. Just like we saw with the 30 series, demand for the RTX 5090 and 5080 is through the roof, but supply is lagging way behind. Gamers, enthusiasts, and even system builders are all feeling the pinch. Retailers are getting limited stock, and what little they do get is often gone within minutes. This isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a real problem that impacts everyone who wants to build a new PC or upgrade their existing one. We're seeing history repeat itself, and it's frustrating for everyone involved. So why is this happening again? Well, part of the problem is the incredible demand for these cards, and not just from gamers. The AI industry is booming, and those machine learning algorithms need serious horsepower. We're talking about training large language models, developing self-driving cars, the whole 9 yards. Companies big and small are scooping up RTX 50 series GPUs to power their AI projects. These cards are absolute beasts when it comes to parallel processing, making them perfect for the demanding tasks AI throws at them. And with the AI sector growing exponentially, the demand for these GPUs is only going to increase. This creates a tough situation. Gamers and enthusiasts are competing for the same limited supply of GPUs as companies with deep pockets and a critical need for AI processing power. It's a classic case of supply and demand, and unfortunately, supply is getting left in the dust. And of course, where there's scarcity, there are scalpers. These opportunistic individuals are using bots and other shady tactics to buy up as many RTX 50 series cards as they can, only to resell them at exorbitant markups. We're talking 2, 3, even 4 times the manufacturer's suggested retail price. It's pure and simple price gouging, and it preys on the desperation of people who just want to get their hands on the latest hardware. These inflated prices make it impossible for many gamers to afford an upgrade, effectively pricing them out of the market. This isn't just about paying a premium for a luxury item, it's about fairness and accessibility. Gamers shouldn't have to pay through the nose or resort to shady back channels just to get a GPU at a reasonable price. Section 4: System integrators caught in the crossfire. And it's not just individual consumers feeling the pain. System integrators, the companies that build and sell pre-built PCs, are caught in the crossfire too. They rely on a steady supply of GPUs to meet customer demand, but with the RTX 50 series shortage, they're forced to make tough choices. Some are absorbing the inflated costs themselves, cutting into their profit margins to keep their systems competitively priced. Others are passing the cost on to consumers, making pre-built PCs significantly more expensive. And still, others are left with no choice but to delay shipments or cancel orders altogether. This situation is hurting the entire PC gaming ecosystem. It's making it harder for people to build or buy the PCs they want, driving up prices and creating frustration and disappointment across the board. Section 5: Navigating the shortage options for gamers. So, what's a gamer to do in this GPU wasteland? The shortage has left many of us scrambling for alternatives. Well, you've got a few options, none of them ideal, but each with its own set of pros and cons. You could bite the bullet and pay the scalper's premium, which is often exorbitant, but that leaves a bad taste in your mouth and a dent in your wallet. It's a tough pill to swallow. You could try your luck hunting for a card at retail, scouring online stores and local shops, but be prepared for disappointment and a whole lot of refreshing browser tabs. It's a game of patience and persistence. Another option is to go for an older generation GPU, which might not be the latest and greatest like an RTX 30 series card. These cards are still plenty powerful for most games, and you might even find a good deal now that the newer cards are out. It's a viable option for many. Or you could consider making the switch to Team Red and check out AMD's Radeon GPUs. AMD has been stepping up their game, offering competitive performance at a reasonable price. It's not an easy choice, and there's no right or wrong answer. Each option has its own merits. It all depends on your budget, your patience, and how desperate you are to upgrade. But whatever you do, don't lose hope. The GPU market is cyclical, and this shortage won't last forever. Stay informed, stay patient, and keep an eye out for opportunities. Your perfect GPU is out there. But whatever you do, don't lose hope. the GPU market is cyclical, and this shortage won't last forever. Section 6, AMD, a viable alternative or a distant second? Speaking of AMD, they're probably loving all this, right? With NVIDIA grappling with supply issues, AMD has a golden opportunity to shine. With NVIDIA facing these supply issues, it's a prime opportunity for AMD to swoop in and capture some market share. Their Radeon RX 7000 series GPUs offer competitive performance, and they're often more readily available than their NVIDIA counterparts. Their Radeon RX 7000 series GPUs offer competitive performance, and they're often more readily available than their NVIDIA counterparts. But are they a true alternative? That depends on what you're looking for in a GPU. But are they a true alternative? That depends. AMD has made great strides in recent years, closing the performance gap with NVIDIA and even surpassing them in some areas. AMD has made great strides in recent years, closing the performance gap with NVIDIA and even surpassing them in some areas. However, NVIDIA still holds the crown for features like ray tracing and DLSS, which are becoming increasingly important for gamers. But NVIDIA still holds the crown for features like ray tracing and DLSS, which are becoming increasingly important for gamers. These features can significantly enhance the gaming experience, making NVIDIA the preferred choice for many. Ultimately, the choice between NVIDIA and AMD comes down to your priorities and preferences. If you're looking for the absolute best performance and features, NVIDIA is still the way to go, assuming you can find a card. If you're looking for the absolute best performance and features, NVIDIA is still the way to go, assuming you can find a card. But if you're on a tighter budget, or simply don't want to deal with the hassle of the shortage, AMD is a compelling option. But if you're on a tighter budget, or simply don't want to deal with the hassle of the shortage, AMD is a compelling option. They offer solid performance at a more accessible price point, making them a viable alternative for many consumers. Section 7, the future of GPU availability lessons learned. So, what does the future hold for GPU availability? This is a question on the minds of many gamers, tech enthusiasts, and industry experts alike. Will we be stuck in this cycle of shortages and scalping forever? Or is there a light at the end of the tunnel? It's hard to say for sure, but there are a few things we can hope for. The lessons learned from the past few years could pave the way for a more stable future. First, we can hope that NVIDIA and other manufacturers learn from this experience and find ways to better manage supply and demand. This could involve more strategic planning and investment in production capabilities. This might involve increasing production capacity, cracking down on scalpers, and implementing more robust distribution channels, or exploring new ways to get GPUs into the hands of gamers, perhaps through direct sales or partnerships with trusted retailers. Second, we can hope that the AI industry finds alternative solutions for their processing needs, reducing the competition for gaming GPUs. Perhaps by developing specialized AI chips that don't compete directly with gaming GPUs. This innovation could lead to a more balanced market. This would free up more supply for gamers and help to stabilize the market. A win-win situation for both industries. Finally, we can hope that gamers themselves become more savvy and informed consumers. Knowledge is power in navigating this complex market. This means being aware of the market dynamics, understanding the factors that drive prices up and down, resisting the urge to pay inflated prices, and making purchases based on informed decisions rather than impulse, and exploring all available options, including older generation GPUs and AMD alternatives. Sometimes the best choice isn't the newest or most expensive, including older generation GPUs and AMD alternatives. These options can offer great performance at a more reasonable price. The bottom line is that the GPU market is evolving rapidly, and staying ahead requires vigilance and adaptability, and we're all along for the ride. By staying informed, making smart choices, and sharing knowledge within the community, and demanding better from manufacturers and retailers, we can collectively influence the market. We can help shape the future of PC gaming and ensure that everyone has access to the hardware they need at a fair price. Together, we can make a difference.